Greetings, fellow citizens of the world. I don't know. It's been confusing figuring out what my opening is. Ricky here. Today is my final fourth reveal walkthrough of one of the parks here at Walt Disney World Resort. I did the entire pass of the Magic Kingdom. I chose the Hollywood area of Hollywood Studios, which is similar to my beloved Disney's California Adventure back home. And then for Epcot, I did a complete stroll around World Showcase. This is my final first reveal. I'm gonna walk all the way up to the Tree of Life and show you my very first reactions and see how I enjoy this park. And I'm a little bit curious because I'm assuming there's going to be a lot less architecture for me to break down on this particular park. What I did find interesting though is the opening plaza to Animal Kingdom is the best designed opening walkway out of any Disney park I've been to. Now I've been to 7 Disney parks between here and Europe, and I would have to say that the opening to this one is the best. That being said though, there should be some sort of icon right here in front of me that represents the Animal Kingdom for a photo spot, like Mickey's flower bed or one of those things that sort of greets you right when you first come in. Like, what is that thing that we have in LA that's right in Hollywood Studios, showcases the world or whatever. It just feels weird that there's not a centralized icon right there. I know there's that really cool mounted elephant head out front, but you don't want to be taking a photo with everybody's butts to your back, and also you just want to get in. Oh, hello. Hello there, friends. So here we have some nice Disney rock work with the flowing water. This interesting little pink and white species of birds. And I can already tell right now what they're doing here is they're creating this pitch. We're walking uphill. Always keep in mind that Disney creates all of the terrain for perfect storytelling. So we're already walking uphill, which is like, I'm going to assume, a slight berm that creates that distance so that you can't see out, nobody can see in. And here we have sort of a blend of like a, let me see, there's the roofing on this looks like a craftsman style architecture, which is real big back home in California. But then the actual textures of it is a little bit of like an Adventureland, like more of like a sodded together type or clay type texture. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. If you watch my World Showcase series, I talked about the 3 levels of storytelling. This is a perfect example of that. We have the railing where we're supposed to stand. We have these little fellers down here. Then we have the second tier, which is this nice rock work. And then behind that, that tree canopy. So it's boom, 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 1, 2, 3, which makes the environment feel so much more adventurous to our eyes. I would highly recommend going back and watching maybe some of the other videos in the series if this is when you're first finding me, because I really love studying the design of Disney parks. 2 decades as a graphic designer and professional illustrator. I worked with Disney at the Wonderground Gallery, and 700 trips to Disneyland in my back pocket. I have put in the hours to really explore how Disney makes these theme parks feel so immersive and real. Yeah, I am really enjoying how tall this tree canopy is. A nice natural air conditioning right when you come into the park. Oh yeah, you can see that there's some aquatic life down there. I see some sort of a feeding bowl there for some sort of critter. And we have this nice flat plateau of a rock there. And then this, look at that. Once again, these rockways here are framing out the adventure down the trail. I am not a zoo person. I refuse to go to zoos or aquariums. I understand that they do, most of them do a lot of good. I just don't like seeing animals in captivity. It can really bum me out. But I did a decent amount of research on this resort and really saw that it felt as if the corporation had hired the right people and put their mind in the right spot. So I'm going to try to take an exception to my rule. That being said, this is the first place I have been with animals in an enclosure, like a zoo type environment, in probably over 30 years. Oh, hello. Look at that little guy. You are so cute. Look at that guy just chilling in his little rock. Really enjoying the rock canopy here. Oh yeah, look at that. So with them creating the slope that we've been walking up, and now this one sloping down, that gives them the availability to make this amount of elevation, this sort of wall here. Because you have to keep in mind that what Disney does with their rock work is they use it as a fence or as a wall so that you can't see what's on the other side, or to keep you mentally in that environment so that where you're standing feels like the only place that exists. I'm trying to sort of avoid lots of different people here. Let's see if I can dip over on this little side passage. It's very interesting that I have stumbled into the front of a Disney park and I have yet to find any sort of architectural structures to review. Yeah, this is very cool. Here's the rockway that you're supposed to come in, framing everything that is behind me. I'm doing a little bit backwards so that I could avoid some folks. I always try to make sure that when I do this, I don't ruin anybody else's experience, because therefore I'd be defeating my purpose. I'm gonna rip through this little cave structure here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great little chill spot. So far this park has been light on the benches and chill areas. Oh, a bridge? I think I will. Yes. Oh, that is so cool. Very, very cool. So just right out of the gate, this, oh, there it is. I had no idea how long it would take me to get to that, but this is my first look at the Tree of Life, the park center icon. Wow. Wow. Oh. I talked a lot about this in my World Showcase walkthrough, where Disney purposely, when they create bodies of water, how they S-curve it. That bend in the road allows you to not see further than what they want you to see. It also makes things feel like it takes further to get there. There's so many different ways that our eyes are trained to perceive the world around us. That's how we protect ourselves, because we know how much depth there is between us and an item, so that we know if we're safe or not, or how to judge to walk across the room without hitting something. So I really enjoy how Disney takes that skill set that each of us have crafted, and they work on adjusting that in their favor to make things feel bigger or more adventurous, further away, higher, taller, whatever. Let's look back at this canopy that we just exited from. That is so awesome. That is a very, very cool entryway. They could have easily just pushed straight up to this moment, but then you wouldn't have this big reveal. Yeah, that's great. There's like my first building. All right, so obviously the bridge is now getting taken over by folks. But yeah, this is so awesome. Okay. Wow, that is so cool. Before I can get there and fully appreciate that though, I want to look at some of these buildings. To go with that safari theme, we're using the like aluminum sheet metal roofing that they use a lot when they try to tell the story of being someplace that's a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more tropical. Oh yeah, we have this cool little tower here with this watch design on it, where each fish is sort of creating the circle with the other one around it. Disney loves their mosaics, so we're doing the name in the mosaic. There's also a tile piece here. Oh, this is pretty cool. How simplified the different animals are. It's a really good, to me, that's a perfect merch item. All right, now let's look back at the island mercantile, where once again Disney's doing that maneuver. Not as hardcore here as we've seen them do it in the past. Oh yeah, the elephant light fixtures with the rustic lamps. But we're seeing that move that they love to do, where they take one building, change the facade like every so many feet, but also sort of contort the way that it feels like us, that it's like, you know, so we have this here on this straight plane, then it turns an angle, then it protrudes out, just sort of really taking a building, compartmentalizing up the architecture of it. So instead of us just looking over and seeing one store, our mind feels like we're seeing a collection of stores, which makes every park feel bigger, more immersive, more adventurous for us to figure out. That thing is awesome. Wow. All right, so we've got around us some really cool, look at you. Yes, that is so cool. This camel trimming here reminds me of Snow White back home in California, where they have these blackbirds or crows that are standing on skulls around the edge of Snow White. When they redid it to make it a little bit more family friendly, I was afraid we might lose those. Yeah, this is really cool how much, yeah, look at those wings, that is great. And this is cool how much carving is inside of all these buildings to sit as many animal vibes as possible. What time do the parrots fly? 8 a.m. It ain't 8 a.m. All right, I'm walking over to get my first real view of the Tree of Life. Man, that is so awesome. So much bigger than what I was imagining. Look at that. I'm gonna politely wait my turn to get in there. Look at that, all the carvings in there. My only complaint is that the leaves are just a different green. They're like a little bit too like apple green versus, you know, this sort of darker color. But yeah, look at that. That is so cool. Obviously, these two things on each side of us are flanking our view, right? This is creating a vanishing point so that it's perfectly framed. Then there's that body of water, the mound of rolling hills, the roots around it, like they are building it up. They're stair-stepping it up. They are stair-stepping it up to make it feel as big and as grandiose as possible. But if we were stepping up right next to it, it wouldn't quite be as big. But yeah, look at that. Perfectly framed, perfectly centered, with everything around it to make the icon of this park. Let me get that thumbnail. Yeah, this is awesome. Friends, this park is way too big for me to go through and do this for every little nook. I'm running out of time. My week here has gone way too fast. Thank you for exploring the entryway of Animal Kingdom with me. And I'm going to be filming a vlog here to take you on many other adventures. So thank you so much for doing all of these first reveals of all 4 parks at Walt Disney World. It has been mind-blowing to be able to love so much more of this thing that I love this week. And I appreciate all of you taking this journey with me. Friends, on the edge of the Tree of Life, my final walkthrough at Walt Disney World. What a week it's been. Thank you for going on this video series with me. Leave a comment below, subscribe, hang out, let's become buds. Thanks to all my friends over at 1313 for making this week possible. This has been such a magical week, and each of you helped make it that way.
It's like this, everyone.
Oh, so happy I can't stop smiling. Thank you.